He's over there. Come on, he's over there. Mr. Ghostface, sir, please, the public has to know. Please tell us about your new movie. Are you getting a new mask, all right? Are you gonna be fumbling again like a doof?
It was at this moment, Fat Elon Musk knew he f***ed up. Hello, Sydneys! Thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. The spooky season might be coming to an end, but the Scream 5 news will not stop a-coming, especially since today we finally got our look at one of the legacy characters on the set of Scream 5, and I gotta tell you guys, her drip on set is making me jealous and want to step my own game up. What I'm going to be doing here for you guys is showing you some set photos of Gale Weathers on set, along with talking about some more details concerning the new mask for Scream 5, because recently we've had some clarification on what they meant by that report where they're saying there's going to be a whole new mask in Scream 5, as well as continuing to splurge over 5 cream. So be sure you fans down below are giving me your interpretations of what you think of these photos, of what you think of some of the comments the cast has made so far. Your guys' theories is what's blowing my mind every episode. I really appreciate y'all. But what's more appreciated also, if you just hit that like button, it goes a long way for the Scream 5 videos. Alright, so the first thing we got to get into is an apology to you guys, because we've had a clarification on what was meant by Scream 5 introducing a whole new mask to the franchise. Now, just like you and me, I was very hesitant when we learned about those details, but some things I got to correct on the last time we talked about that. You guys might have remembered in the last video we talked about a whole new mask being introduced to Scream 5 with Ghostface UK, a very awesome Ghostface collector who's helped clarify what those comments meant in the interview. First thing I gotta say is that wasn't Roger L. Jackson in their interview. I messed up on that because the article where I was reading the information came from Daily Mail, where they had it said here, Roger L. Jackson. Instead, the person who was being interviewed was RJ Tober, and he is the guy of Fun World, basically the guy that deals with anything Ghostface related on the merchandise side of things. He's the one responsible for all the Ghostface merchandise we have out there, whether it's t-shirts, my little figures here, and of course, most notably, the mask. So he knew what type of mask was being sent to the set of Scream 5. And the part of the interview that got a lot of us Scream fans worried is the part where he directly says, not the white mask. Since then, he's clarified he just means not the ultra white mask, which is a variation of the Ghostface mask that is like very plasticky and shiny. What this all comes down to is I just wanted to set the record straight because, hey, I'm human too. I mess up sometimes, but I always want to be upfront when I goof up. That's why I had Ghostface punch me at the beginning of this video. I deserve that. And the story is Ghostface will have his iconic white mask in Scream 5. It'll just be a different mold. So the shape might be slightly different. The material that is used is slightly different. It'll still be the iconic Ghostface we know, but it'll be a new variation on it. From there, we have Neve Campbell non-stop promoting how excited she is to come on board for Scream 5. She was most recently doing an interview with Jamie Lee Curtis herself where she talked about Scream 5. Kinda cool to see these two Scream queens just talking to each other about it. I'm gonna roll the clip.
Wes was obviously a big part of that first go-round, and you felt obviously very connected to him and stayed connected to him. So when they were going to suggest new people, how did that happen?
So I had been really apprehensive about doing another one. You know, people had asked in the past whether I would do it without Wes or whether I'd make another one. And I always sort of felt like it'd be too difficult to do it without Wes. You know, he was the master of these films. He did such a beautiful job on them. We were a family. But when time has passed and when these two directors came to me, they actually wrote me a letter. They said they basically are directors because of these films and are because of Wes Craven. And they really are so excited to be a part of these films and what an honor it is to do them, and that they really want to do justice to Wes and honor his legacy. That meant a lot. That letter meant a lot to me. And then I went and watched one of their films, and it's brilliant and in keeping in tone. So I can do this. I can do this. I think this could be a lot of fun and a good idea. And these are people who are doing it for the love of these films. You know what I mean? So that meant something.
And I know, nothing new. It feels like Neve Campbell has a set of sentences that she said to say on Scream 5, and that's all she's repeating in different ways. But still, this is the continued evidence I feel that Neve Campbell is just not gonna be axed off in this movie. She just admits that she was hesitant to come on the project, that she didn't think it was a good idea, but then that these guys won her over and that they are gonna respect Wes Craven's legacy. And Wes Craven's legacy is that Neve Campbell always lives at the end of her movies to continue on the Scream franchise, whether she's starring in them or being a side character. That's not to say I'm not against if Sidney Prescott is stabbed off in this movie, but I honestly think there's maybe like a 5% chance that that will happen. But okay, getting to the latest photos that have landed online here, giving us our first look at one of the legacy characters involved in Scream 5, Courtney Cox reprising the role of Gale Weathers. These are exclusive images from justjared.com, but these were all photos taken by It's Filming. They've been very kind to let me use some of their photos on the video, so I also just want to give them credit because they're the ones actually taking these photos, and these websites are the ones everyone's buying it up. And right there off the bat, like, come on guys, Courtney Cox is a never stop drip queen. The girl has a fly outfit every single movie. I would love to see the rainbow-tastic wardrobe she has when she wakes up in the morning and just goes, oh, what Skittle am I gonna be today? I mean, come on, in the first movie, she had this, like, weird lime green jacket. Then she switched off to some yellow in Scream 3. Scream 2, she was pretty normal looking, if I do say so myself. Why are you disappointing us in Scream 2, Gale? Scream 4, she had the purple Barney look going on. Pulled it off really well. And now with Scream 5, she'll have this full-on red look. There's a lot to speculate here. From the details of these photos that were provided to Just Jared, they have it here that this is Gale stepping onto a crime scene for Scream 5. And that kind of makes sense, unless this is just how she goes to the grocery store. This is probably all connected back to some of the earlier set videos that we were getting in the week where we had Deputy Judy Hicks on the scene driving as fast as she could to some sort of house that was being attacked by Ghostface, and this looks to be the aftermath of all that going on. I also like how in these set photos we get the looks of other detectives involved in Scream 5. If you remember in Scream 4, basically all the police officers in Woodsboro were just used for a good stabby here and there, which I don't mind at all. So looking at a lot of these cops, I don't think they're going to be making it to the end of Scream 5. But continuing on from there, let's get on to the fan speculation and wondering what the heck is going on with these. I do believe Gale and Dewey went ahead and divorced in between Scream 4 and Scream 5. Now, I know that might make a lot of people upset, but just hear me out on this, because in every movie since Scream 1, Gale and Dewey end up together. They look like they're going to start a relationship. They're happy and moving forward. And then at the beginning of the next movie, they are separated. They broke up. Something happened where they just couldn't work out. The only time that was different was in Scream 4, where we still saw them married together, living a life in Woodsboro. But even then, it wasn't a happy life that they enjoyed, because Gale was just not able to continue writing any stories that didn't have to do with real life people getting hurt and her making money off of that. I think we're going to start off the same way, where Scream 5, they're separated, they're divorced, and it's that formula that we've seen in all the past first 3 Scream movies, where throughout the movie, they'll get back together by the end of it. But it still makes sense for Gale to return to Woodsboro, especially if there's a new stalker out and about, because we know there's going to be a couple of people, especially the opening scene of Scream, who are going to set the town on fire of like, oh my god, there's a new guy going around in the Ghostface mask. What do we do? It's going to be the domino effect that triggers a lot of people to be coming back to Woodsboro. We know that's why Melissa Barrera's character is coming to Woodsboro with her boyfriend Jack Quaid. We know Sydney's definitely not living in Woodsboro, so she's going to come in to probably mentor or help these people out. Gale, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she's just not a popular writer anymore and she sees something that used to bring her a lot of fame and money. Oh, one-way ticket to Woodsboro, please. I need to cover this story. Where's my red suit at? Along with these reports, there was sightings of David Arquette as Dewey. Unfortunately, we don't have any photos of that. He's most likely inside the house filming whatever crime scene is going on, since I assume he's still the sheriff of Woodsboro, but what if he's not? That'd be a new interesting dynamic for Scream 5, because I think there's been plenty of time now where David Arquette's character has been the sheriff of Woodsboro, has been at least a police officer working there. What if in Scream 5, David Arquette as Sheriff Dewey is actually retired? He's done. He thinks he's finished with that life. He's seen a lot of crap going on. A lot of people chase him. Gone through so many stabbings that he's just miraculously able to walk it off. I think it'd be really cool if a new Ghostface is what brings Dewey out of retirement. And this would be one of the first times we see David Arquette working outside of the law, because he no longer has his sheriff badge. Leading me to crazier theories of, if he's not the sheriff, that means it's most likely Judy Deputy Hicks and her lemon squares running Woodsboro. I mean, she was the deputy in Scream 4. It would only make sense that she would become the woman in power as the sheriff. That would create a really cool dynamic on set for Scream 5, because if you remember in Scream 4, Judy Hicks and Gale don't really get along. So with her now being the sheriff, she would kick Gale off the crime scene so quick, forcing Gale to go through some of that dirty journalism work that she's used to. But of course, I'm probably horribly wrong in that assumption. It's still be really cool to see an old weathered down Dewey as sheriff who's just tired of it, and heck, maybe he is like a week or 2 out from retirement, as is some of the cliches in the movie, and this will be his last case. And since Dewey and Gale both have really solid reasons to be showing up to Woodsboro for this, that finally gives me a better reason for why Sidney Prescott would also come back to Woodsboro for these attacks, because no offense to Sidney, she's a great person, she's really good, but I don't think she just has it in the kindness of her heart to be like, oh, some strangers I'm not even known to or attached to are getting attacked by Ghostface? Sucks to suck. But if she sees on the news, oh my god, my friend Gale and my friend Dewey are both at a place where Ghostface is at, I need to be there to protect them and stop whatever is happening. And then that's where she'll connect to the new characters and probably grow fond of them, want to protect them, want to give them advice of like, you're gonna want to deal with this, this, and this, man. Don't sleep with your boyfriend. He's always the killer. But either way, the 5 cream news just does not stop a coming. This really excites me for Scream 5. I want to know your guys' theories and opinions. If you agree with me or if you disagree, I don't mind. That's the fun of this. Pretty soon we'll be seeing some Sidney Prescott set photos and I can't wait for that. Let me know what your guys' opinions are. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe for more movie related content. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.